Hi, everyone. Welcome to Data Journalism Asynchronous class. Before we get started this semester, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about artificial intelligence and our use of it or lack of use of it in this class. I use it a lot in my classes. I teach it a lot. I train people in newsrooms how to use AI. So I use it quite a bit. My in-person data journalism class, we use it. My digital journalism course, if you've had that with me, we use it quite a bit in there. And also pretty heavily in my editing and advanced data journalism courses as well. But in here, we don't do it quite as much with the asynchronous class. But I do want to talk to you about ChatGPT and other tools, and because we do a lot of writing in here. Most of your graphics and things like that, you'll be using spreadsheets and graphic making tools like Data Wrapper, Venngage, Flourish, tools like that. So AI doesn't really figure into it. But you can use ChatGPT and things, tools like this for editing your work, but just don't use it to write it. And here's an example of how I'm going to catch you if you do it, because I caught a couple people last semester doing this, and just they were panicking. It was 4 in the morning. They wanted to write their story quickly and just had ChatGPT do it. They pasted it over into their Medium account, which is very easy to do, just word for word, and boom, they got in big trouble for that. You read the policy on my syllabus, it's not pretty. So what I've done here is I've written a little prompt, write a news article about the 9/11 attacks, write it in AP style, attribution, all this stuff. So I wrote this story, and here it is. I'll it's interesting. They're starting to put these little disclaimers in Chat GPT and Bard and these others. This article is a historical reimagining of the event, not an actual news report. They're starting to drop this on here now for people that try and get it to write a news article for them. So it's putting a disclaimer on it, which is good. It's a good responsibility on AI's part. So I'm going to cut and paste this into a little tool called GPT-0. GPT-0.me was built by Edward Tien when he was a student at Princeton University. I met him over the summer. He was speaking at a conference that I was speaking at as well. I followed him, tough act to follow. Really great guy. He has his own company now and just is doing great things. But he created this tool, and you can select GPT or Llama or AI plus human. I'll just hit check origin. You can upload files here too to check. And this is everything that's highlighted here. It says was written in AI. So it caught the article. Basically says there's an 88% probability this text was written by AI. I could run it through here later and probably give me 98%. So I use this and double check it against a couple other tools. There's a good one called Winston that does the same thing. The cool thing about Winston is it's got this little plugin, and I can actually go into a website and detect, highlight a paragraph or two, and detect whether or not it was written in AI. So it's very easy for me to catch that. So my warning is don't take any risks. Don't put your grade and your academic standing on the line just to hurry through an article. Just write a few paragraphs if you've run out of time for some reason, or better yet, start earlier on your project so you don't get in that situation where you've got to rush and do something silly like this. And like I said, I caught 2 people last semester. The policy is up on my syllabus. It's pretty strict and straightforward. The other issue that I run into from time to time, and I had a student that it cost her standing in the class. She wound up dropping the class because she did this twice. She went into Wikipedia. Again, didn't really need to do this. She'd written a fine article without it. It had done good research, attribution, but what she did was just go into a page, copy a couple paragraphs, and pasted it straight into Medium. This is Medium, the tool you'll work with. Say article, call this. I'm not going to publish this. I'm just going to paste this in here. And she pasted it word for word. Okay, you can't do that. Instead, read the article, and we don't use Wikipedia in here anyway, and I get into that a little later in the semester because anybody can edit it and it's not reliable. Where Wikipedia is useful is the footnotes down at the bottom where you can go in and find actual news articles, things like that that are used on this. And Beyonce has a very deep page. You go to the bottom and you can find all these footnotes down here And there's some really good stuff here that you can pull from. And if you take and attribute it to, one of these articles about her down here, then you're in business, and that's good attribution. Hot link to it out of the story, like this, and you'll be just fine. But don't cut and paste out of Wikipedia or any other website. Attribute the information that you find. At good attribution, a good example of that would be, according to a Pew Internet study, and I'll always get the year in there too, 2023. And then link off to it off of this where it says Pew Internet Study. And then get to the facts, whatever it shows, more than 83% of all web surfing is through a Chrome browser. Okay, and those statistics aren't 100% accurate, but it is in the mid 80s range. It ranges between 83 and 85% most of the time. But I'm just using this as an example, but that would be an example of proper attribution. It's very easy to link out of there. Just highlight the words, click the link button, and cut and paste the link to that Pew Internet study right in there. So I wanted to show you this just as a warning. Don't cut corners in this class. Don't use chat GPT to write your article. You can use it to clean it up. A lot of times I take and put my articles in here and say, check it for spelling, AP style, grammar and punctuation, and it'll clean up the article for me. That's fine. But don't have it write the article for you. The other thing I do, and you'll get used to this website, journalisttoolbox.ai, where I have a lot of resources for journalists up here. I have a whole page on plagiarism and detection tools for other professors, professional editors to use. So just wanted to make sure you were aware of that early in the semester. If you have any questions about it, do reach out to me. If you're writing your story and say, hey, I'm not sure about attribution here, and you send me a paragraph or something, hey, does this work? Reach out to me. I'm happy to take a look at any time. So have a good one. Welcome aboard. Happy to have you this semester, and you'll be building some great things. The first few weeks of this course are pretty, pretty heavy. There are a lot of spreadsheets and a little math and things like that. But then it moves into the more the design and graphic design materials, and you're going to really love it. So take care and have a great semester, and we'll see you a little later.